Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. You can call it the man cave, the enclave. We just like to call it the black table. This is where you come to hear what we have to say, well, while we've been drinking, and that makes it absolutely honest. Welcome to the black table. My name is Mazino Appeal for another Friday evening. Did you guys enjoy the previous shows? I bet you did, because we've got so much rave reviews. And so today we decided to bring you some very interesting individuals here. Some you've met, some you haven't, or maybe you have in other places. I'd like to introduce to you, to my right, Mr. J. Charles Ujomo himself, actor, model. What's going on, man?
How far?
I'm good. No, you have to be. I mean, we had to, be very specific. It's J. Charles because there's too many Charles out there now.
Yep.
So J. Charles, to be specific.
Please.
J. Charles. And of course, to my left, you know him on TV, you know him on Rihanna, you know him on, he's also a model and everything. I mean, he is, well, to say the least, Mr. Daniel Abua. Did I get that right? Abua?
Yeah, you got it, Daniel
Fantastic. Mr. Daniel Abua.
Yeah.
I like to get the names right. Yeah. And of course, you can spell his name, but you still wouldn't be able to say it right because he says it very, very differently. Mr. G-A-N-G, would you tell us what your name is? Gang in the building, man.
Okay.
Alrighty, so guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Black Table here. Have you seen the previous shows?
Yeah, I saw some.
What did you think about it?
I thought I've been looking forward to
being on our...
something like that. I think there's several others, but
okay.
Me being here already answers the question.
Fantastic, fantastic. There's a show everybody wants to be on, so everybody's welcome. Well, but then again, we have some, some requirements before you can be on this show. But welcome. Tell you what, we have a very interesting topic coming your way. So guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a drink, just like we have. And when we get back, we'll be talking about these very interesting topics we've got, well, reeled out for you. And you are welcome. Yes, again, this is the Black Table. My name is Mazino, Mr. J. Charles in the building, Mr. Dino Gang, all the way caged up behind us. Trust us, there's a very good reason why he has to be there.
Actually.
You guys have experienced the gang, yeah?
Yeah.
So let's just keep him there because if he was on the table, it would be a totally different show.
I will scatter.
What's up?
So, interesting conversation about to start here. You guys can join us using the hashtag #TheBlackTable on TVC. Soli Baba Day here. Do you guys remember him?
Yep.
Back, 10, 15, a couple of years ago. He was rather good, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Guy, remember we used to play him in Abuja.
Yeah, he's very talented. I've met him a couple of times. I've interviewed him as well. He shared a story with me some years ago about how he was in a foreign country and he told me when some Asian man walked up to him and started speaking Yoruba and prophesied. That was what got him into the whole religious aspect.
Now
of
he's
things.
an apostle.
Yeah,
he's actually a preacher. He's no longer married. He used to be married to this lady one time. He tried to start a church, but now he's on social media over the week. there was a post where he was advising young women, and I'll put it in a very summarized way. He was advising young women to go for the men that they want, even if these men are married. That might be who God has ordained for you. So don't stop yourself out there, because the person who you are supposed to be soulmates with might be married and not married to their soulmate. So don't stop. The way he put it as an apostle, I'm like, excuse me, is this supposed to be, along the lines of the Bible? Is this something that Christianity encourages, or does he have an ulterior motive outside? He's married. I don't think he's married currently.
I mean, the show just started. Another banger.
No,
As in, just dropped it like it's hot, like boom.
Let's take off my glasses.
Go ahead. What do you think, Charles? J. Charles.
J. Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, Leo.
This one.
You're
strong.
married, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Are you married to your soulmate?
I don't even know what that is. When you say this soulmate, I think when it comes to marriage, it still boils down to choice. You choose who you want to marry. You decide, say, I know you're not perfect.
Perfect,
but I choose you.
Yeah, and then you decide.
And then you decide to make it work.
It's intentional.
It's intentional. Then you decide to make it work. So I don't know where people get the notion that there's this mystic thread, where we go they pull till I find you.
someplace in the world. Maybe
And that you have options even after I'm married. If
Nah.
you know
before
what.
I got married, I used to think, and I think that's what gave me problems when I was dating.
How old were you when you got married?
Okay, I'm just trying to think of the. I can't remember the, but that was 6 years ago,
6 years ago. Okay.
2016. So before long, I remember when I was young, and I had a lot of relationships. I had quite some because
It's okay. Don't worry.
No,
Don't worry,
don't worry, don't.
Because-
It's enough, it's enough.
Because I would just it just felt like an audition. I'll be with this person. I'm like,
No,
maybe
not
I
for
just
me.
see something. I'm like, no, she's still out there,
Yeah.
you know. And I was
Her toes are too long.
she's still there outside, and I'm dating someone, and I'm looking at the car window like, is she out there? You know?
Wow.
You know, and I can imagine that a lot of people think that way. It took me a while, but then I realized that marriage is like maths. You go put her for paper, right?
One
What
plus
I
one.
like, what I don't like. You know, what I want to go for, what can give me peace, and what
Yeah.
I can't tolerate.
Yeah.
And then you make compromises at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Compromise. That's it for me.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
So this message.
Maybe just maybe, because his name is Soul E. He feels there's something about soulmates.
No, but I don't think I don't think soulmate exists.
What is it, so?
Because I just feel marriage is two imperfect humans trying to find a common perfection
Yeah.
within themselves. Like, for instance, I don't like to press my toothpaste from the top,
Yeah.
like from the
We
head.
like to smash it in the middle.
Yeah, you just
Like, man.
and then my wife is like, no, press it from the down. Like, you push it like this. Okay, when I want to wee, I just go there to the WC and I'm like, and she's like, why am I
Fire
seeing
back.
this greenish, yellowish stuff around here? So I just feel she has her own form of perfection, I have my own form of perfection. So we just, okay, let's make it work. Let's make it work. When you wake up in the morning, like, okay, today I'm not going to quarrel with my wife.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a loving husband. I'm going to do, let's just make it work. Because when you say there's a soulmate out there, Baba, we go change all the women.
Actually,
we go
I
do.
think
I don't believe in soulmates.
Yeah, I don't
that
believe.
thing is
I don't
dangerous. That's-
believe.
I think if you think about soulmates, that means there's one person out there that's destined for
For
you.
one
you.
person. Exactly. So what happens
And
when the
you don't
person
have to
dies?
go-
What if they've aborted the person?
Yeah.
Not even
What
that.
happens when
What if
the
the person is
person
not
dies?
even in Nigeria? What if the
Remarry
person
the
not in Nigeria? You don't have transfer money to leave the country.
My own. What if it was an unwanted pregnancy and that's your soulmate and they aborted the
I
child?
didn't think. I never thought about it that way. But wow, man. That
when I saw
Daniel is
when
the
I
alcohol.
heard about the
What if your husband is fighting in Afghanistan?
No, let me tell you something. I just think that he had motive, or I think too much credit is given to people who are in religious status, who have religious status.
or who have a lot of followers,
And when you have such a followers as well,
Instagram followers.
there is a certain sense of delusion that you now begin to have. That's it for me. People who are given too much regard, and I say this with my full chest, pastors, preachers, people in especially religion, once they get this, people
Papa,
listen
mama.
to me, yeah.
on their personalities,
Yeah.
yes. Radio especially, TV,
Hey, calm down.
influencers. I'm sorry, man. No, I mean implicated myself. Once
Yeah.
you have a community of people or a group of people who regard you or listen to every single thing you say, there's a certain sense of delusion that you start getting that makes you think that I can say anything.
Power
There's a
driven.
group of people
Everything
that
I
will
say
buy it.
becomes law.
Yeah.
I thought it was
But then at the
rubbish.
same time, here's part of the problem as well. Sometimes when you have this power that, like you said, you have followers or people listen to you, you have to be cautious of what you're saying and what you're preaching and what you're selling. Your truth is not everybody's truth.
True.
Solely might have experienced certain things in his life that makes sense to him. But the fact that you try and impose this on some people that are so gullible that they'll just jump to it and be like, what he's saying is true. You can't be telling people that go after somebody's husband.
I mean,
because
and
that
they
could
come
be your
to what they're
soulmate.
doing.
So
Yeah.
fragile. I'm
Once he's
so
somebody's
fragile.
husband, he belongs to someone else. And this thing is so funny that when you mentioned pastors, what came to me was that if you're following a certain religion, regardless of who it is, and you have a holy book that they live by,
Yeah.
you have access to that book. You don't wait for somebody to interpret it for you
Yeah.
that way. You can read it yourself. If you have any common sense, you
We
can
shouldn't
apply
even
certain
go
things.
into that
This
one
person
right
is
now.
taken. This person is married. This person had made vows in church or wherever. And then at the end of the day, you want to say that's your soulmate. You're destined to be with somebody else's person. And then what happens? Let me tell you something about marriage. Once you guys get married and you join, anything can happen. The frustrations come in. But like
Yeah.
you said, you make it work.
Yeah.
You make it happen. You can't just come and say, because I'm upset today. That soulmate that you think is yours, trust me,
A changer for
you leave your wife for that girl and see what happens.
Well, true, man. Everybody's spoken so true, quite
Yeah.
frankly. By the way, why did it take you so long to get on TV? You were on
Well,
TV way ahead of everybody
Shout out to
else.
TVC.
No, no, no.
Clock came late.
You were on TV way ahead of I was.
Yeah, I lost my looks in the looks department. And,
Listen,
I
yo.
stuck to radio.
No, stick to radio. No, radio's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
Actually, I miss everything about it. Wouldn't go back to where I was anyhow.
It's black table.
I don't
It's
think
okay.
Black table.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
spoil
It's
these
okay.
TV actors.
It's okay.
Tell you guys what, yeah, if you want to share a view, send it in. Use the hashtag across all social media platforms. The Black Table on TVC. Would like to hear what you guys have to say about that. Before the end of the show, we'll be back to take your comments on this and many more topics, a few more topics that we'll be talking about here on the Black Table. We'll be right back. Let's fill up our glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Black Table for a Friday night. Every single Friday night, we gather here as men, our favorite watering hole, and we talk like men do. Every single thing that you want us to say here is absolutely honest, and we guarantee that. That's because alcohol helps you to be that honest. So
It
trust
brings out
us.
the best in you.
Yeah, it brings out. I see what you guys are doing. I see what you guys are doing.
My content is twice the size now.
Nah, yeah. We had to top him up because he's really, really enjoying this. And gang
Yeah.
as well. You
Of
good?
course, I'm ready to go.
Are you ready to go?
Ready.
Let's do a bit of tech.
Okay.
So for tech today, let me see. I was having a conversation with a couple of friends. Don't worry, I'm not cheating on you guys. Really nonsense guys.
Oh,
It's okay.
And we're talking about the fact that our phones have evolved to that limit where there's nothing else you can do on your phone.
Actually.
In the past 5 years, let's say, what else has gotten better on phones? Just your cameras, if you ask me. There's nothing you can do now.
Even when you see the new iPhone 14 and the iPhone 13.
We talked about
features,
that last week.
Oh, okay. There's
I'll tell
nothing,
you the same
nothing.
thing. Now, a phone company was trying to do this thing where, I don't know if it was Xiaomi, if you saw the video. A little drone will eject from your phone and then zoom, zip, and take pictures of you all around 360 pictures and then zoom back and
My ancestors would say unnecessary.
It's not necessary.
Just gotta do it on that should
They keep looking for
unnecessary.
new things to add. They'll keep looking for
On
new
the
things to
Ojoleba
add on the
bridge.
phone.
Yeah.
I'm trying
But in all honesty,
So
what
I'll-
more can you do to a device like that, to be honest? What
Like,
more do you want
nothing
from your
much.
gadget?
I'll go to computer village and I want to fix my phone drone.
I want to put my phone's drone.
See,
So-
my drone no dey fly.
So you agree with me? It's absolutely
I think
going
it's
nowhere.
fine.
But the trend has moved on to, you said something that what the next stage could
Hologram.
be.
Hologram.
Yeah.
Holograms are the new thing, but to get to holograms, you have to start with visuals first.
Yeah.
So I experienced this last week. AR glasses are now a thing. There's this company called IMU or IMO or something like that. They've got glasses where everything you see, all the apps you see on your phone, you can actually. I thought it was a bit disorienting when I tried it on, but you can actually see that on your phone.
Okay, so how do you scroll, by winking or?
You wink or you
Oh, really?
or you shift or you bend and stuff like that. It
Oh,
was
wow.
very
Or just like glasses, you could actually have something
yeah. They also have
to
they also
scroll
have-
on. You could just
okay,
have
exactly.
somewhere to just,
toggles and stuff.
sometimes you see them in some of these sci-fi movies and you see like the future. A lot of them are in movies before you get there, but things that you can scroll, volume, things that you can add, snap and whatnot. It'll be I would love to see something like that, to be
It's
honest.
here.
You know, your IG, maybe like, for example, I'm wearing glasses. You guys don't know what I'm watching, what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing.
I think I'm worried for the future. because
I am
it's going
worried
to-
for the future,
we'll-
man.
We'll be having black table, but then we're not really having
Black
Oh,
table.
yeah.
Or we can all have the black table in our houses and just be online here.
Oh, where?
You know?
They already
Gosh.
done that. They already done that. I mean,
Now
hey,
imagine
you do
watching a
It's
football
called
match.
Zoom, dude. Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Your Zoom glasses. Your Zoom glasses.
But yeah, I would definitely want to try it at least, but it's not something I'm going to be looking forward to.
I would like
purchase
to
and
see a
keep
football
and all
match,
that.
man.
It's
Just
rather
watch a
bulky and
football-
cumbersome, by the way, to wear. It doesn't look. You guys are models. You guys won't like to try it on.
But I'm surprised that
let's keep-
for
let's
someone
keep
like
this
yourself
let's
that
keep it
wears
simple.
glasses,
traditional, you know.
for someone like yourself that wears glasses, it shouldn't be much of a problem. Just switch to.
But it's bulkier. These are so lightweight.
They'll
that
find a
they're
way
like,
to make
you
it
know,
lighter. Trust me, Zeno. Do you remember the
bulky.
phone back then, how it was?
Yeah.
And the phones keep getting smaller. They'll find a way to make it very slick.
But I'll tell you something.
Ah.
Now that you mentioned that, I think we should go back to what phones used to be. And if I can ever get one of those old school phones, any two of them would be the
3310.
3310.
No, it's too heavy.
No. I used to injure people with that thing.
Yeah, like
Throw it at them, pick it
you
up,
talking to me.
Put it back
put
together.
it back together, and call the guy. You're mad. Or anybody remember the Razor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Motorola.
That was the gadget.
That was
There was
the-
nothing
that was-
unique
yeah.
about it. It just looked fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
That was
Motorola.
grand.
Hello,
See free
Moto.
promo after they've all died.
Hey, maybe we'll bring them back. I don't know, but they're coming back. They actually are.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Motorola's actually coming back. All right, tell you guys what. That's it for tech. We'll be back. We've got something very interesting you guys could be a part of. The Black Table on TVC. Use that hashtag, and we'll be back. And you are welcome back. This is, of course, the Black Table. We've got with us here Mr. J. Charles, Mr. Daniel, and Mr. GANG. That's gang in the background. Let's get on to our main topic for today. Now, we're all married.
Yep.
Now,
Yes.
guys, don't hold back. We had a session while the ads and everything were running, and you guys were very, very
vocal. Very vocal, especially in-
yeah. So let's be that vocal, yeah. Let's talk about it. If your friend has had this experience, let's hear it. So whoever these friends are, would definitely like to meet them. Yeah, people you roll with. However, this is it, yeah. And I put it to you, Mr. Daniel, Mr. J. Charles,
Yep.
gang. How transparent are you with your earnings with your partner? Let's be honest. If you guys want me to go first, I'll go first. I've gotten into trouble before with it, so I can't get into trouble twice. Now, the way we are built as African men, we are, brought up as providers and everything. So I've always been of the opinion that you bring home stuff. It's your duty, it's your obligation. You have to. However, I will not lie. My wife will see this. One of our friends is going to crop it and send it to her. You see, I know all of you, Ejiro.
It's a call out for me.
Wait. There's Ejiro. What's that other one that used to work at the bank? I'll get your name after. If like, crop it and send it to my wife. I don't always want to let her know exactly how much every single dime that's coming in is. Now, it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect and that I know. I just want to sample everybody else. And please, can you guys not make me look bad?
I mean,
Let me go real quick.
Okay.
All right. Now,
wait first. This two, they're the same WhatsApp group.
Mine is different. Here's the
Okay.
thing. There was something my dad mentioned to me a long time ago when I was younger, and he said, you never let your woman know everything. Never let her know anything. Always have something for yourself. Because there's something about it that by the time your partner knows everything, then it's like you have nothing. But in my case, now here's the thing, the honest truth is, my wife knows how much I earn in terms of my paycheck. Now for side gigs and other things that come in, she does not have access to that. You get me? And I like it that way.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, sometimes you need to have something on your own for some flexing and some, partying, some stuff that you want to buy on the side, things you want to do, things you want to declare, places you want to go and just show yourself. Those things need to exist.
Are these necessary, however, these flexings and things?
It is, because what are you doing
Does
besides buying
does she
groceries?
see them as necessary? Does she understand that these are
Uncle,
necessary?
they're necessary for me. They're necessary for moi. Truth be told, here's the funny thing. We're four guys here.
Yeah.
If we decided to sit down somewhere and, have a decent meal and some decent drinks in the city
some
of
fish
Lagos,
and everything.
we know what that's going to come to.
Yep.
Then you go home and your wife is like, oh, I just saw a deduction on the account, this amount. What did you use it for? I hung out with the boys.
Gang, you have a joint account?
Was that's the thing.
Do you have a joint account?
Yes.
I have a joint account.
Now,
I got a story to tell.
You would have a joint account, then have your own personal account for your own personal funds. You might see a pair of shoes you like. You might see something you want. But by the time they know everything and where every naira or kobo is coming from, how do you ever have something for yourself? How do you, I don't want to say use the word step out, but how do you step out and flex and just do something? Here's the funny thing, even if you wanted to loan somebody some money,
Yeah, you're gonna have to defy.
are you going to have to tell your wife that, oh, this guy is in need, I need to give him a certain amount, and now have that debate? No. And sometimes, I won't lie, sometimes I feel like as long as you can provide, sometimes women don't really care about the source of your income. Some women might not even know if you're a Yahoo boy, a fraudster, or a ritualist. As long as financially you're good and you
You're
keep
okay.
taking care of them, sometimes they don't really care.
Gang said it. I didn't.
Okay, so
Tough, yeah.
I'm just finding myself inside.
Whatever you
the-
say now, you're going home. By the way. Listen, hey, a couple of shows down, I know what I've the discussions I've had to have with my wife.
Okay.
But please be open. Be very honest.
So I'm not worried about declaring what I earn. I mean, she knows what I take home monthly, and if I get any side gig, I'm like, oh, I have this thing. Or see what they're offering. You know, sometimes she chips in when it comes to negotiation.
Nice.
You know, so I don't see myself losing anyway. But I think it still boils down to the kind of person you marry, because she's not the kind of person who thinks, oh, he just got this, that means I should make this request. No, I mean, I still do and handle all the bills at home, so she knows that definitely this money is going anywhere. And she understands my mindset, because everything I want to do for the family. You know, I can't remember which month was that, whether it was 2 or 3. It wasn't a great month or stuff, and then we had to do like school fees and everything. So at the end of the month, I was gisting. I'm like, you know, the only thing I got for myself this month was like hair cream. So I was like,
wow.
You know, I mean, being a dad, 2 kids. You know what I mean? You know.
Oh, you got 2 kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids.
Boys, girls?
2 girls.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful girls.
Girls are the best. I got
With
a
2
daughter
shotguns.
myself. Yeah. What you got?
A boy.
A boy. Girl. 2 girls.
2 girls.
Grand.
But let me
So
put it to
I
you.
think as long as you are handling your responsibilities at home, I think first of all, the kind of woman you marry.
Yeah,
So we don't
the
have
relationship.
joint accounts.
Yeah.
We don't
You don't have a joint account?
We don't have a joint account. Yes. So
I don't think it's the kind of person you marry.
No, gang, wait, let me say this. He said he doesn't have a joint account. You guys have been married for 6 years. Can you just try, when you go home, just suggest to let you guys have a joint account, and let's see whether anything will change. So it's not about the fact that you're taking money. It is that moment that money just left and got a text message. What did this man just spend this money on? There might be no reason. You guys might be okay, but it is that. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. I can't pick a word that my wife wouldn't flog me over the head. Okay, so I can't. I don't know what word to use exactly. It's
check-in, like check-in.
Let's say checking in. You know, on what are these expenses? What's going on here? Where did it's like
Monitoring spirits.
Hey, Jennifer, I'm not the one that said it. I say stuff like that.
Do you have a joint account?
Yeah, we have, but
why don't you use
I don't use it. See, my wife is more than a wife to me. She's like a manager.
These are the kind of people that make you look bad.
No, it's not.
When it starts like that.
It's not about making any more, but it's just how we've defined our relationship over time.
I mean, yeah.
Like, sometimes a call comes in for a gig and I call out a certain amount and she's like,
too small?
like, really? Are you going
too big?
Yeah, like too small. Like,
Too small.
guy,
Okay.
up it a little. So for everything I do financially, she knows.
Yeah. Okay.
She knows, like, she has
I
all
will
the info.
admit that there is a certain level of fulfillment when you are 100% with her on exactly how much you're making. There's a joy.
Yeah, like she knows
That goes with it and
everything.
everything.
Like
I've experienced that,
she. Let's put it this way: she know when I want broke before I broke. Yeah, let me use it.
I
like,
have to jump in real quick.
okay.
Are you guys married to working women? Are they making their own money? Or are they
Yeah,
housewives?
yeah. You're working.
So they also give you access to how much they make.
Yeah,
You know how much they make.
I
as
know
well.
what she earns.
yeah. I know everything.
So-
like,
Can I jump on there?
Go ahead.
yeah,
So they give you access, you know how much and everything.
yeah.
Now, when she spends her money, do you spend it with her?
No, come on, there. We all know this.
No,
We all know my money is our
When you
money.
spend
Our money is
And
not-
her money is her money.
Yeah.
So that is
See
it's
the
an
imbalance here that are
unspoken
very,
rule
very-
in let's say in African marriage.
And that is why I need to have my money. That's why I need to have my money that she doesn't have access
Okay,
to.
so
that I can use to do something.
So there's this math that someone taught me some years ago, early point in the marriage, and say as a guy you are earning
500K.
500K,
Okay.
and your wife is earning 100K. Then we started doing this thing where we surrender a certain percentage,
Okay.
and that certain percentage it just goes to house expenses.
Okay.
You understand? Regardless of this thing, I still they run the household. So imagine with my 500K now, I do a 10%, which is like 50K,
Yeah.
and so she with 100K
10.
does like a 10%. That's 10K.
10K.
So that's 60K. First of all, maybe it goes to kitchen.
Okay.
Let's forget about the big dogs like house rents, or whatever that take a chunk of the money. But these are just basics. So that way nobody is feeling cheated because there's a certain percentage of your money that goes. So,
So who pays for the school fees? Who pays for security? Who pays for everything else?
so like I
Who
said,
pays for rent?
the bigger earner now. The
okay, the bigger, okay.
bigger earner. So God bless her tomorrow, she starts earning more than me. You see that
Amen.
you go see say that percentage rule
It's
is still applying.
Ah, ooh, I see what you did there.
You understand what I'm saying?
You give her a rope so that gets her time after.
So if tomorrow if she's doing 1 million
Yeah.
and I'm still on my 500,
Yeah.
she's bringing 100 and I'm bringing 50.
Nice.
So nobody at the end of the day is feeling like
Yeah.
because it's percentage now. You know how you hustle reach.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so this is in a married situation, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go back a few years. 7 years for you. How many years you've been married?
6.
That's cool. 7 years for you. 8 years for me. Jesus.
Yes, put some respect.
Some respect.
on
Some
my
respect.
12
Married for
years.
a long time.
December, it's 12 years.
Nice.
12.
Now,
Wow.
I need to make sure that you guys are married to women, Nigerian women. Like you said, your money and resources are not yours. At the end of the day, they belong to her. You're just
The
getting
house. I mean,
Belongs
You know,
to family.
here's the
house,
thing.
the family.
Because even if your wife starts making $1 million and you're still on 500K, when it's time to pay rent, the question is, she expects you've been paying the rent.
Yeah, so she's gonna still
So
expect
she still
you to pay.
expects you to pay it.
Bro,
One thing I love about my wife.
I really don't know how to say this, but
One thing I love about
I-
my wife is like a savings bank. I would, see, let me not lie to you, I don't want my wife to spend a dime of her money. Whatever it is I have, whatever it is you want,
But good
food,
luck.
everything.
Good luck trying to make her do that when she sees a bag she wants on.
No,
on
my wife is
Instagram
not
or
into
something.
those kind of things.
so finally you don't land. So
My wife is not into
basically-
bags and all this flashy stuff. My wife is more important into growing the home, growing the kids, and improving ourselves and getting somewhere to
Somebody's getting sex tonight.
not just tonight, this weekend. Truth be told, you get where I'm coming from.
boy.
So basically, what you're saying is still boils down to the kind of woman that you
It's,
marry.
yes,
Yeah, it's your relationship.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what I'm
relationship,
saying.
basically.
Women have this perception that as long as you are the provider, whatever it is they have, you will provide. When they find out that you're lacking, it's up for them now to now
Step
say,
up.
I have this,
Here we
let
go.
me contribute. I have this, let me
Nice.
put it
Cool.
forward. If
Yeah.
you can't keep up today, I'm here to
I got you.
support you.
Support you,
Apart
yeah.
from that, every woman is just there on the receiving end, packing, and saving. It's when you don't have that they jump in. You can't tell me that you want to pay rent and your wife wake up one day and say, no, you've been paying rent. Let me pay this year. No. Apart from the goal should be get your own house. As long as you can pay rent, your wife will never wake up one day and
But
say,
if she sees
you've
that
been.
things are a bit low on your end and she has the money, she go.
That's what I'm saying. If your things
these
are
are not
never
definite.
low, if things are never low, a woman will never come forward and say, I have this. As long as you're taking care of her, she keeps what she has.
I think you're being a bit too definitive. Or you're being a bit too.
Yeah, like you already have this mindset
Some
about
women know. Some women.
Haven't
Some
you heard
women-
Haven't you heard stories where women are building house somewhere? The man thinks she's still earning 50K. She don't build house finish. By the time anything goes awry, she leaves him and goes to the house and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
What kind
those
of a family
those
is
are
that?
women where you know that the man wasn't putting it down like he should have.
Oh, what makes you think so? Have you heard some of the stories I heard?
Here's the funny thing. If a man is building houses, can afford to build houses, and he's building houses, and his wife decides to build a house, it's no big deal to you.
Yeah.
It's when the man can't afford to build a house and you hear that a woman built a house,
Okay.
or that's when there's like, oh my God, she did
There's
that.
this age-long story of this lady who actually owned this house where they lived in, and
And the man didn't know he was paying rent.
The man was paying
Payment
rent
and
to her.
everything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing,
Crazy
because
story.
the
What kind of-
guy
what
was
kind
not
of-
buoyant enough to own his own house.
No, to her, she thought she was doing him a favor. She thought she was dragging, as in making him what's the word?
Like hustle. Work.
Hustle. If
Hustle,
I
work
don't, if
hard.
the guy knows that
Yeah.
I don't. We,
Because some
Yeah.
men
Because
are
she knows the
funny.
kind
Yeah,
of
some
man
men are
she
laid
married.
back.
But
If-
in this,
She
in that
knows
story,
the kind of man
Man,
she
she
married.
ma-
That's why she knew that if this guy finds out that we own this house, he's
But
going to stop
then-
hustling. He's going to stop
No,
providing.
wait.
So let me keep him on his
gang,
toes.
where I worked, guys would always say, "Guy, make sure you marry up, or at least marry a level, because it helps in terms of So they went on to marry bankers and the rest and everything like that. Some of them have very shit marriages. I dated a banker at the time. Regretted it. Wasn't best idea.
Wow.
Thank God I'm married to my lovely wife.
Wow.
I hope I'm getting it tonight.
You're getting some.
But did it matter in your case?
Well, money was never an issue for me because I was one who learned from the uncles and aunties I visited on holidays growing up and all of that. And I see the way my uncles act. Like they were big men and all of that. And there was no love in that home. Like their wives are even happier when they are away.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like we have those conversations
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm letting the husbands are back and they're like, Kitchen room. They don't even come to the parlor. They don't even do. So in my head, I'm like, I want to get married, but this is what I want. Like, I don't want this for myself. Like, I want to have that relationship, that communication where we can talk about anything and anything. So even when I met my wife, actually, she was literally taking care of me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There's nothing bad in a woman taking care of you. I actually love that.
I had nothing. I was just trying to build a career. Yeah, like I was trying to build a career, and she was doing everything. Fast forward to 2 years ago, when she had to quit her job and come to Lagos to stay with me and all of that. I was the one doing everything. So I just looked at it that money isn't everything. No. It's just how you guys relate with each other.
That
like,
relationship.
that relationship for me. So I won't.
I'll tell you how I knew I wouldn't get married to that banker back then.
Yeah.
I traveled, came back, and I bought 2 watches. One was a knockoff, very cheap, rubbish. And the other one was really expensive. And I called her over, hey, come on over. And I gave her the knockoff watch. Like, hey, at the time, darling, here. And she took this watch. And then she, thank you.
Wow.
Because I knew that she could afford much more than that. Being a banker and everything. So I just wanted to so if it happens, and then there was another instance. I eventually gave her the expensive watch, but I told her that, this is not going to get K-leg. And then there was another instance of a friend of mine who got married, left work, went back to school to get his master's. At the time, I hadn't gotten my master's. While I was dating this girl, I said to her, hey, so what do you think? After we get married, if we do, I want to do my master's. This girl vehemently said, no. Why? So who will now be providing? I remember that day I was driving down the 3rd Mainland Bridge. I almost had a bloody accident.
You're lucky.
I was like, what the hell?
You're
so
lucky.
you won't support me? You expect me to continue?
You dodged the
Lucky.
bullet.
Let me give you my story. My wife used to be a banker. She was a banker for almost 10 years.
Oh.
And similar to your story, my wife used to earn more than I did. You know how it was in the media just coming out then. Unfortunately for me, at some point in my career, I started making twice what she was making. So in our relationship, it's never been about money.
Money, yeah.
It's never been about how much you make. It's never been about you should provide this because you're making whatever it is. But like I said, my wife knows my paycheck. She knows how much I go home with every month. But those side gigs and other things that give you an opportunity to say, oh, let me spoil the kids this weekend, let me do this, that she's not familiar with. Sometimes you see somebody, she's like, oh, where you get that money from? Just like, I got something, that kind of stuff. Because sometimes I just feel you need to hold on to something that's yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And likewise, she as well should be able to say, let me hold on to something that's hers. It's easier when you have a working woman. When you have a woman that's just a housewife, she's not earning any money. That's a different story completely.
What if you go out of a job?
Some men, that's what they want.
Or not to be able to put food on the table?
No, I mean,
No.
like
tribute.
A housewife.
just
Housewife.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
What if it's the other way around and it's a house husband? It's not something we're used to in Nigeria, but people have lost their jobs.
It
He
can
doesn't
happen.
work.
So many guys will drop on
He
you.
doesn't work.
But how,
A house husband
I
in Nigeria.
will
So many
not-
guys
I've
will
not
jump
seen
on
any.
this.
There's some
shit.
people on that boat. Too.
Maybe in Banana Island.
It has-
But
no,
they won't let you
No,
know.
Daniel.
They'll let you know
No.
now.
See, one thing in life is a very humbling thing. COVID-19 humbled me. COVID-19 humbled
don't
me.
take us back to that year,
No.
man.
See,
COVID-19 was an
I'm s-
eye-opener.
I'm still 40. I ain't no.
That's how I
41.
define
I
money.
removed that year from my entire history. The truth is that COVID-19 humbled a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the people who lost jobs the most, whether you like it or not, trust me, were the people who were at the top. Who were mostly those people at the top? Men. You lose your job, your income drops, your wife's the one taking care of you. That was, for some people, the most, as in, visceral, most humbling.
Degrading.
I won't say degrading,
Degrading,
because
no,
there's
humbling. It's not
something
because
you
you realize.
learn. You realize, exactly,
Yeah,
you realize so
realization.
much from that
Reality
experience.
sets in.
And that's when, see, marriages got better or died.
Died, yes.
Yeah.
Right
That
after
it happened, yeah.
the COVID-19. For me, it gave me time to actually bond with my wife. We spent like 3 months inside of the house. We didn't step out one bit. And then I got this job. You know, it was a time to actually get to know who that person was and how, if things went totally bad, what would happen.
Yeah.
You know, so man, it could happen. Men could lose their jobs and women would have to.
Truth be told, if you really understand the concept of marriage and how two become one, how everything you own, they own, how everything they own, you own as well, then there's no question about who owns what, who brings what, as long as certain things can be taken care of at the end of the day. But with our culture, now that's the problem. With our culture, men always want to be seen as the heads, seen as the providers, seen as the people that are bringing all of these things to the table and taking care of every opportunity. I know of a situation whereby it's the wife earns more, but she pushes all her finances to the husband so that people see like he's the one spending and paying his bills and doing all of this
that
stuff
stuff
to
happens.
keep face for him. At home, he knows that you're making more than me.
When I
So
was-
sometimes
She's the real MVP, man.
Yeah,
When I was dating my wife, she slips the card to me while we're eating, and I'm like,
Nah, that's a good wife.
yeah.
You better keep
But
it.
I usually feel bad because
Why?
I grew up seeing my dad as the author and finisher
So,
of
Let me
everything.
tell you guys
Like,
something, yeah.
his law is-
I
okay.
have a problem. And the problem is that I was brought up under that culture. And I feel that as a man, you must always provide. That's all you are
yeah.
good for. You must provide. I don't ever want to see my wife's money. I need therapy. I admit. I don't want to. It's hard for me to ask my wife for money. It's not, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing, but I just feel that you're the man, you're the provider. I never saw my father struggle, to take care of my mother. And I think that's just the way I was brought up. And I think a lot of African people are brought up that way. It's not a good thing. I agree.
Yeah.
I know it's not a
Yeah.
good thing. But then again, I mean, hey,
But that's also the same reason why a lot of men feel as if I shouldn't declare my assets. I need to have something extra because I have extracurricular activities on the side.
hey, well,
Well,
That's
I'm
actually-
not that
in all
WhatsApp
honesty,
group.
in all honesty, if the women don't step up and you're the guy that's always providing and you have the bigger paycheck,
Yes, you
they
have
can't-
the
they
audacity.
can't
so it's on
question
them.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
so it's on
yeah.
them to step up. I mean,
Well,
if you're doing your duty,
it's not
as
just on
providing.
them because it depends on my lifestyle as well. If I still have extracurricular activities, I wish I could say the word I wanted to say, but if I still had extracurricular stuff that I do on the side and I'm the provider and everything is taken care of the home,
You will need
then you
to.
don't need to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You will
You
need
don't
to
need
keep
to
that.
know. That trip that I'm making out of Lagos, you don't know where I'm going to. I need to go on that trip and release some tension. And then,
Almost
wait,
times
wait.
10.
Congratulations, Asu. I just called up. Are they? I'm not sure if they've absolutely.
no,
covered
that's
that.
for the younger generation. we're taking it. But I'm just trying to say, in general, you get me? If four of us said we want to take time off, go somewhere, go and watch an F1 race in another country,
Do you have
go
to
and watch a
defend that
live
expense?
football, eh?
Would you have to defend that expense? Is my question.
Okay,
You would have to defend it because there might be other things you wanna
over
do.
a decade old, right?
Very old.
I know that.
Is it?
I would tell my wife why they
I will tell my wife where I'm going.
Yes. You can tell, but that's what happened. You said it on social media. They bought it for me.
They gave it to me. How much was it?
That's when you start looking for those kind of excuses. Because you'll be like,
I know,
she'll be
right?
looking at you like, how can you afford this?
Well, you know what I
You just
think?
be like, because for
know what I think?
some of us have rich friends that can provide these things for
Oh,
you.
true.
But it doesn't make sense when you come home with something. Your wife is like, I know you can't afford this. Where do you get it from?
Sake. Well done, our rich friend.
You get me? So that's why some men will tell you that, you know what, I don't need to declare. I'll just hold it down. As long as you're taken care of, why do you need to know that there's extra? It's in the will. When that happens,
I should not put out in this discussion because I'm going home.
No. Talk,
It's not that I'm. It's not
Blame
that
it
I'm,
on
it's,
the
not,
alcohol.
it's not even that I'm afraid. It's just that I
Ah.
don't want to imagine my life that way. I mean, I'm at peace.
So yes, you're at peace, but ask yourself this question, right? Now you have to hope that your wife reciprocates the same energy you're
That's
giving.
what
It's
I'm
all in
saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying.
Daniel said.
Yeah.
I promise
It's all
you.
in the
And
relationship.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not afraid because for a
Afraid
very
of
long-
who is the question.
So before I got married to
Yeah.
my wife, I was supposed to marry someone else.
Does
Yes,
she know this?
and she's very aware.
Okay, then you're
So sometimes I just imagine my life, like how would this person have taken this? So you still have some small, and I'm very, very glad that I still stuck to the person that I married. I got married.
Okay, so what I got from that was that you were double dating before you got married.
No, no, no.
Oh yeah,
No.
say the truth.
No.
Okay.
No.
okay.
I mean, it means that
Is it no for me? Like, it no.
it means that
I think you're protesting too much.
Yeah, like, it's no, like, no.
I mean, you just
for me,
unleashed
for me, I think he watched solely Baba's video. This was my soulmate.
That's my soulmate, so we die here.
No, again. Okay, so
Don't
I
kill
mean,
me.
and I'll congratulate anybody who was supposed to marry someone and walked out of that thing.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes,
Yeah.
because more of the crowd would rather go through with it.
Yeah.
Say, make it no
Make
be
we
like,
save face.
let's save face.
Yeah.
You know, but I had the opportunity, and you know, I took a different turn, and I mean, I'm happy that I made that choice because when I think about all these financial discussions that we're having,
Would you have been able to have it with that person? And
I really don't think so.
So it's safe to say that if you have these problems at home regarding finances, there is the tendency that you would look outside, like So E from our previous, look outside for some other soulmate. Am I wrong or correct?
Well,
I'm asking this because
me.
no. I'm saying generally. I'm saying
no, I think sometimes men
in
look
general.
out just
I'm
for
asking.
peace.
Just
for
for where I'm
peace.
going. I'm
Like-
asking because, like you said, peace is
Yeah,
one thing,
it's one-
and it's not like as if it's going to solve the problem at home.
It's not solving. It's just someone that you don't have to discuss the problem with.
Please, can I ask you guys a question? Especially you fresh guys that are like, the love is still hot.
Yeah.
If you,
Yes.
Wait,
The love is still hot.
wait.
it's too hot.
So,
Your own love has
in
cooled
other
down.
words,
Your
So-
own love has cooled down.
So in other
it
words,
gets
the
to a
love
point
has
where
waxed cold.
no, see, there's a
So
point where
two, we've been beginning to
No,
be
there's a
J. Charles and gang.
you get to a
We're
point where
going
the love
for
just the
three.
love is parallel. It just keeps going.
okay.
But
okay.
now you have ups and downs
Autopilot.
and challenges.
Yeah.
So for you, if you find out now that maybe there's some external force, maybe your wife's parents or somebody that has given her extra money or extra resources that she has not declared, but she's just keeping this on the side just in case, how would you feel?
What do you mean by extra resources?
Money
No,
now.
you declared.
Like-
you declared.
like
Your
her
wife knows how
auntie
much you
came
make
from-
and everything.
Her auntie came from the US.
Maybe your dad is just like, if you need anything, see this, and then you now find out she has money that she has kept somewhere for rainy days, but hasn't told you. How would you feel?
I don't feel bad.
I won't feel bad
know.
because first of all, the woman is the manager of the
Hold
home.
on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Calm
No,
down,
it
calm down.
depends.
Wait,
It depends on the
wait,
context here.
Wait, I want
No,
to hear
yeah.
why would
Well,
you
I
feel
won't
bad?
feel
Because
bad.
I've been
like
because I've been declaring.
no,
I've been sharing.
no. Understand me. Like
J.
if I'm doing my duty as a man, I'm not stressing to do it. Like I go to work, I get paid, I come back, and everything is just going smooth like that. And then I discovered that okay, you have money somewhere, you just kept it, or maybe for a rainy day or something or whatever. That's fine. Not when you know that we're actually
And
struggling
you still withhold
at
you still
home.
hold it.
Well.
Yeah.
Not
And
know
that
that
is
we're-
why I have
but-
not declared anything. I have rainy days.
But then there's still discussion about transparency because if I share everything,
Then you should share everything.
well.
No,
I
Daniel.
mean-
See, I think we're different in that respect.
Yeah.
From a wife, I think we're very different.
We're
I
different.
don't want my wife to declare. Please, I'm hoping Jennifer, if you have like 50 million out there somewhere,
Just
I don't know, keep it. I shall know that when things go bad.
Boy, go bad. We'll visit that part.
You really
I'm
need
okay.
that
I'm a very content. Contentment. It's a very
Not
big
that you
factor.
need it.
It's a very big factor.
Okay, so I have this friend, and you go here for TV because like I'm a boy. So I always share.
Yeah.
I mean anything I'm doing. So when we just gist on the phone, I'm
Yeah.
telling him, oh, I want to go check this mechanic. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. You know, but he's not so much of a sharer.
Yeah.
And after a while, and he's my baby's godfather and everything.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, and
Wow, you just told everybody who this person is.
yeah, he go see him. Don't worry, I used to tell him. So, you know, I'm not like this relationship is funny because
It's one way.
Yeah, you know, so that's the same thing.
I get
if
you.
you always sharing with your wife and she keeps that kind of information away from you, not because you need it, but I mean, we're sharing. We should
Okay, where I know my wife will tell me, but we won't touch it.
You know what, guys?
But she will tell me, but we won't touch it.
I think we've exhausted this a bit. Yeah, let's let everybody out there who might have one or
Okay.
two things to say.
Or soulmate or something.
Or so
Soulmate
join
or
us and tell us.
extracurricular
Use the
activity.
hashtag The Black Table on TVC. We want to hear your thoughts. Hopefully, you're as inebriated as we are, and we'll be back. Welcome back. It is, of course, still The Black Table. My name, you know already. Mazina Peel, Mr. Jake Charles in the house, Daniel, of course, Mr. Gang, who miraculously has changed the color of his liquor in his glass. Gang, what's going on?
You know,
He has full access.
I
to all
don't need to
the-
let you know what
all
I
the
mix.
drinks is
All
by
the
the bar.
I'm
Yeah.
at the bar, so I know what
Please, the
to
next
do.
time I'm on this show, please, you guys should put me there.
Don't worry, we got
We
you.
will.
Dave,
That's
Dave,
my
Dave.
section.
We got you guys. We got you guys.
No wahala. So, guys, we got feedback. People have sent in messages. Thank you very much for using the hashtag The Black Table on TVC. Let's find out what you're saying. So we got this one. Mississippi Cup is her name. His name, I don't know. The saying, "His money is our money. My money is my money is my money," is very, very true. We're not denying that. Obviously, I know that you are a lady, so it goes without saying. I mean, we all agree. No
Unspoken
debates.
rule.
Unspoken. Just leave it like that. It's all good. Hank Zoo says, I don't agree that women are always on the receiving end. I don't really understand what you mean by that. Receiving end, like
What
how?
are you receiving?
How?
You can
Like
receive a lot of things. Like,
I think it's actually about how, like you said, as a husband, you never want your wife to spend her money. You always want to provide for her. You always want to make sure you give her all the things that she needs. So some women become very comfortable in that aspect. Even when you're now looking at housewives, you know, it is a certain comfort that women that don't have jobs and are at home taking care of the household and children as well. So I think that's the receiving end part of that.
Yeah.
So they're always getting. Men will always do what they can for their women, regardless. As little as you have, you will always do something for your spouse.
All right. I am the T. Most women are better with savings. So if the good ones are collecting from you, the money is actually saved for rainy day. I think that was your opinion as well. No, it was Gang.
Yeah.
He
Was Gang about your woman standing up for you. And and I said while you were saying that, no, we were actually off air when you were saying that. And I said, you are talking about ideal situations or ideal wives. That people with very, very bad, nasty characters and all of that.
And that was what I was trying to tell Jay Charles. You know, sometimes your wife actually is a form of savings for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because the more you put into her, the more she's keeping for the entire family.
For the rainy day.
You know, so don't be surprised that your wife has something on the side that you don't know about. Because she feels as if you know about it, you might just quickly say, give me that money, I want to travel. Give me that money, I want to
We're
do
talking
this.
about good women here. Let's not talk about the women who have side pieces.
Oh, never thought about that.
So you think you're saving money with her, whereas she's taking care of some other boy. You know.
But in that case, you already know how much you've put in her. You know how much you've invested.
You're never
how
gonna
much
get it
you've
back.
saved. Even if you're not going to get it back, you know the amount. So when it's not there, you
do
can
we
now
really calculate
suspect
the amount
what's
we
going on.
save?
What have you done with this money? Are you using it on your brothers, on my in-laws?
Oh,
What's
that's
going
another
on?
thing. You see, so this our money is, my money is our money and everything. Now, what if you have dependents, or what if she has dependents that she takes care of?
She should let you know.
Nah, that they're even living in your house. Does that also count? I mean, do you always have
Paying
to
brother school fees.
and all that? Kind
You
of
would
thing?
know.
No, I know you would know, but is it?
It doesn't hold water to me because, first of all, it's about me and my wife. Then our household. The extended families and the in-laws, it's a privilege for them to enjoy what we have.
Privilege.
You get me?
Keyword,
That was why
Everybody's
sometimes...
drinking. Okay.
No, even biblically, it will tell you about how you leave your parents and become one with someone else. So it's no longer about your mother and father. You and your wife are one person. When they see your wife, they see you.
Okay. Now, this is Blue. What? No, not TV. How you guys come up with these names, I do not know. But he says, I don't know. I'll not advise any man to be a house husband, except it's a pandemic and he cannot look for another job for a day. Don't be it for a day. I believe it breeds disrespect.
That is a guy, and he's talking very much out of experience.
Guy, share with us more, man. Share with us more.
You know, men,
Yeah.
you know,
I think
men
it
are
still
all
boils
about
down to the
respect.
kind of woman where you marry, shall
Last
Yeah,
last.
yeah.
No, but at the same time, you know, men are all about their respect.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Is it too much to ask for, however?
it's not. Because at the end of the day, even your wife knows that you're about respect and all of that. So even though she tries to save face and she knows that you don't have the resources to stand out as a man amongst other men, she might want to support you and say, listen, there's something here. You take it. Let them feel like you're the one paying the rent. You're the one paying the fees. You're the one getting things done. So that it gives you mouths to talk in a conversation that, look at what I'm doing. Even though at the end of the day, she knows you. She don't see you finish. That makes sense.
And I just feel some good women, all they need from a man is effort.
Effort.
Yeah.
I agree.
Effort.
That's just all
Don't
they
lie on
need.
your ass.
I mean,
Get up and do
if,
something.
if you keep watering the plants,
Yeah.
something must come
It's
out.
effort.
I get
That's
you.
just,
I agree.
That's just
Chocolatey dude. If you want to come out, come out.
He's a suspect.
As
Come
in
on, you're
chocolate
coming out,
is
man.
good. How chocolate is your duties?
He said, wow. No, you're really a suspect. Mazino, you don't have a problem, Jerry. Your husband material and million yards. Keep taking good care of your wife. I'd like to think that you did this. But thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don't mind me. Hey, everybody gets this here, especially at the end of the show. This is our final comment just in. This is to you, gang. Retired Thotiana. Oh, retired thought Retired thoughts,
She's
I
a
think.
thought. Keep
Okay.
going.
I don't know.
Retired thoughts. Retired thoughts.
Tatiana. Retired Tatiana. Gang is my guy.
Oh shit.
You just know how to keep it real. One bottle of, I can't mention the brand for you, but she's going to bring it over next week.
I'm gonna stop drinking very soon.
That's all.
There's something I
Yeah.
noticed.
Nothing for
Nothing for us.
Yeah.
No.
Look at
No,
these guys. They get it
look
all the time.
look at these
Movies and
actors.
everything.
Don't let us, oh.
They don't come and chop on our table again.
Ah.
How bad now? Come on.
Come on, viewers. You
Come
guys
on.
can do better
Come
now.
on. Yeah, send for them. Please send for them. I beg.
Yeah.
Send
Ah.
for them.
Except for
They
them,
needed
you
to,
know,
they needed
much
to.
love to Daniel and Jay Charles. You guys are.
Stand up. guys.
Anytime I meet Nigerian actors, I keep on getting impressed. It's sad though that one of the messages said that Zeno is husband material. He's already a husband. But that husband material, your soulmate is out there.
It's
Oh.
even painful that he's a guy that sent it.
So a guy is your soulmate.
I don't know.
You're destined to be with another guy.
At least my wife can rest assured that she's safe.
She's safe.
Very
Yeah.
safe.
Dudes
That's
that
so true.
send me messages, you're safe.
You're
It's
safe.
okay.
Oh my god.
But in any
Oh
case,
my
we have a
God.
tradition here.
Okay.
At the end of every week, or every show, rather, at the end of the week, for Friday night. It's going to be morning very soon. And we all have to go out. Okay, my wife thinks I'm coming home. Now I have to go home. In any case, we do a tip of the week.
Okay.
Do you have a tip? Who wants to give a tip? You gave a tip
Let-
last.
yeah, I gave a tip some
This
weeks
is the
ago.
tip master.
You want one?
Not your tip.
Lead the way.
That's
No. Just the tip.
Just
Just the tip.
general
Just the
tip.
tip.
General tip.
Just
the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
I think we should call that just
Just the tip. Yeah.
just a tip.
Just the tip.
Wait. Let me tell you something.
What's going on here? What am I
No,
missing?
It's a social-
Oh, you don't know.
He's not on. He's
You
not
don't
on
get
the
it,
ground.
forget about it.
Oh, okay.
I
We move.
saw this one on socials a couple of weeks ago, and it's advice to men. It says, mess with the chick that likes you, and not the one that you like.
Okay, now to buttress what you just said, to add to it, it was one advice I got from someone while I was single. Said, young guys, to all of you who are not married, walk into a bar, you see all the guys looking at one girl. If you look carefully, you see the one that is looking at you. If you want to have a good evening, just gonna say hello to that one.
Yeah, that's it. Because here's the thing. If you always go for the person that you like, at the end of the day, you're at the beck and call of that person. That person might not like you, and you'll be going out of your way to do all sorts. But when you're with the one that actually likes you, all you need to do is just reciprocate that love in return.
Exactly.
Listen, that's a fantastic
Exactly.
tip
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're giving.
yeah.
But
I give fantastic tips and the whole shaft as well.
my question
shouldn't make.
my question, what are we going to do with that now that we're all married?
Married.
That's why I said to this.
It's not for you
to the
guys,
single guys.
unless you believe that your soulmate is out there. But
No.
for the guys out
but
there,
you have to bring that back.
for the guys out there that are not married, that are not settled down, always go
Always
for
go
the
for
one
the
that
ones
likes you,
that
and not
likes
for the
you.
one that you like.
It's even biblical, self. The Bible says, men love your wives.
Yeah.
Just as Christ loved the
He said
church.
love. He didn't say you should go for the one you love. He said after you married her, then you
Start
love
loving.
her.
Yeah. It's a decision. I always say this to my wife.
choice.
Yeah.
You have to. It's a choice. You
It's a
can
choice.
choose to be
It's
happy. You can
deliberate.
choose
It's
to love.
deliberate, exactly. You have
If you
to
say
make
you're
it
not going to
work.
love, you're not going to
They're
love.
gonna love. They're gonna
Choose
force
to
you.
love a person you can.
Choose to be
That's a
responsible.
brilliant one, man. That's beautiful.
I have
Finally.
them plenty.
Wait, I won't talk again
Ah.
now.
This one is not the tip. This
Aye.
is
Apart
full
from
length.
It's
it,
just the
try and think how they go to the gym. You
Hey,
know,
the next time you come, we're going to talk about this gym thing. You know,
Next time you what?
We have to round up the show. The alcohol is getting
yes, we should
getting
because
It's
Yeah.
like midnight now, so I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
in the spirit.
Okay.
Apparently.
In the spirit.
literally.
This is one of the
Angel
best
gang.
drinks that I've
This, in
had
my
in a while.
experience, is where the show breaks down into car crash.
Exactly.
Craziness.
Exactly.
Please, guys, let's just hold our wits with us. Don't go with gang. This is why we keep all the way there.
Yeah.
But in any case, I've had a fantastic evening. Thank you guys for anything new. What are we expecting from you? Actor, model, and everything.
Well, there are a couple of things the pipeline. There's a short film that is coming out soon. They are still discussing with some of the online platforms to see where we can release it. But it
How
was,
did you ever get that toothpaste thing, Bajig, you had going for you?
I've been on the cover of Close Up for almost 10 years or so. But that's been a long time ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was a long time ago though. Popularly known for that Charles the Close Up guy, But I mean,
apparently, yeah.
yeah,
Let them
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've had a very good opportunity to feature or represent a lot of brands over
Yeah.
the years. I mean, I started doing this thing from when I was like 16 years old.
Yeah. There is this thing, our producer here in the background with the crew says that 14 years ago, you took his girl in church.
Okay, let me.
It wasn't just any ordinary down the street, though, in church.
Sunday school fine boy.
She was grinding on you in church.
When you're hot, you're hot. But let me
So
ask
director
you
is
guys-
not hot. Sorry, producer is not hot. He's not director. Ìyàwó director. Ma binu is not director.
How many things can you remember from 14 years ago? Really?
I remember everybody. I remember.
No. He can remember the pain he felt.
I do remember.
The sharp pain.
I only
like,
have one experience of somebody
it pricked
who-
his heart. His left
I'm
auricle.
innocent.
But yeah, I remember everybody. I remember everything.
Back to what's coming out.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a short film, amazing short film that's coming out soon. It's called Convictus.
Okay.
Directed by Benga Salu. Amazing. You guys should look out for it. It's really treating some of our societal issues, which
Okay.
is this 419 stuff.
Okay.
You know, we're all talking about one camera, one person film and all that.
Mhm.
You get to have that in this film. It's just me in the whole film.
Nice.
It's
One
about 20
man show.
Yeah, 20 minutes long.
Nice.
Amazing performance, amazing.
If you say so yourself. Fantastic.
Yes, amazing performance.
Daniel, what you got coming up?
Well, a couple of movies in the cinemas right now, and I have this particular short film coming out like close to my heart. May 27. It's about rape and
Oh,
all sorts. So
okay.
I and Daniel.
That's nice.
So-
I am Daniel.
Yeah,
Etim,
Etim, yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
great.
That's a wonderful actor.
Monday morning, he's going to be back on radio.
No, I might be calling it quits sometime soon on radio, but not this year.
Ah, yeah. I thought you were about to say
No, I'm not giving them that exclusive. No, yeah, no.
That's kind of like.
That'll be
Can
on
I-
the purple
Can I
table.
say this is like you're threatening your employer? It's like
This is a threat to my employer.
you can't go do it.
I can't and I won't.
In any case, as usual, I enjoy every single Friday night. It's a great thing to be
Nice one, man.
the host of these guys here.
I had
Daniel.
fun. Now my glass is empty.
Of course, gang.
Cheers.
So don't worry, we'll fill you up. before
And we the
forget.
best.
That's what they said. So we'll catch you guys again next week. Join us at 11 p.m. on Friday night, every single Friday night. It's always a fun time here inside the Black Table. Guys, thank you and good night. Oh, good morning.